just one devotee playing kartal? Okay, yeah. That's it. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanam Chari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanam Chari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha deva. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Bolo. Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jaya Radha, Madhava Radha, Madhava Radhe, Radha Madhava. Jaya Radha, Madhava Radha, Madhava Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Gaur Pimanande Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Satta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Tirabai Charanaravind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Skandibiti Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jainithai Gaura Pimanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Taksuranmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Śrī Caitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rūpa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rūpam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitam Scha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vansakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Sarabhyaya Namaha. Om Sarabhyaya Namaha. Om Sarabhyaya Namaha. Mukham karoti vasaram pangum langayate girim yat kṛpā tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatharanam yat kṛpā tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinatharanam. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to the morning Srimad Bhagavatam, which this morning will not be Bhagavatam. Today we are all very fortunate to be getting the opportunity to celebrate another year of Rath Yatra. Rath Yatra festival, as we know, goes back many, many years within our ISKCON society. Of course, it goes back millenniums, since time immemorial practically. But within our ISKCON society, Srila Prabhupada, as we know, introduced Rath Yatra in the very, very early days, I believe 1967 in San Francisco, which means, who's good in mathematics? Like, that's 58 years. Approximately. I mean, 1977 will be 60 years. Yeah. And I was just reminiscing how it is exactly this year. 50 years ago, I had the opportunity to assist and participate in my first Rath Yatra festival in Philadelphia. Srila Prabhupada was, present. Every Rath Yatra festival, of course, is ecstatic, but when you have a pure devotee like His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada present, it is even more ecstatic, of course. So we had traveled actually from different temples in Canada. I was in Ottawa at that time, and we had traveled to Philadelphia. It was one of the large cities where they had quite a large Rath cart. I forget if they had one or three. In any event, I had gone with a couple of devotees, brahmacharis, and the procession had started. naturally, and everyone knew that Prabhupada was going to attend. So after some time, I forget, maybe after half an hour or something or more, then procession was ongoing, and then the news came that Prabhupada had arrived. So naturally the ecstasy increased manyfold, and then Prabhupada actually came, everyone kind of like parted. He came amidst the devotees, and one of my brahmachari godbrothers at the time, he told me afterwards, because I didn't recall exactly, but Prabhupada came, and as he would generally do, either in a temple or in front of deities, he offered his full dandavats. So Prabhupada offered his full dandavats, and I was with this brahmachari like this close to Srila Prabhupada. So he told me afterwards, Maharaj, your head was touching Prabhupada's feet. I said, I don't recall that. But I knew I was very close to Srila Prabhupada, and of course Prabhupada, after offering his obeisances, then the whole kirtan just again broke out, and it was a very naturally memorable event. So Rath Yatra is that time of the year, especially in the Western countries, where devotees come together. We have in America, some of you may know, it's called the, Festival of India. They have given it that name, Festival of India, because one of our devotees, actually in Montreal, he built himself. He's like a carpenter, very experienced carpenter. He built 3 carts, portable, that you can dismantle. And these carts, for many, many years, I don't know if it's still ongoing, they would travel from one city to another in a big lorry, huge vehicle. I mean, you can just imagine, these are huge carts, 3 of them. And every time they would go, Madhuha, one of my godbrothers, very well known, based, I believe, in Prabhupada village in North Carolina. So for so many years, I don't know if he's still doing it, he had like a whole team of devotees, mostly young, energetic and strong, because they had to be strong. They would put up this Festival of India, they still do it, and for 3 or 4 months, different cities, they have the schedule, and it's like it goes around like this, and generally it's for like 2 or 3 days, or a couple of days. And in this way, so many people, naturally, who attend, many of whom in the Western world, they attend for the first time Rath Yatra festival. They attend because it's very colorful. They put up pandal programs, dioramas, so many things. Of course, they do here in Calcutta also. Who has attended Calcutta Rath Yatra before? My God, only a few. Yeah. I was fortunate many years ago when I was here in Mayapur. We would naturally, because it happens on the same day as in Jagannath Puri, and there's like a 7-day pandal program. And I remember we used to have, when I had gone to Calcutta, we had one section actually, it was like a quiz contest, and so many people would come. And of course, here in Bengal especially, they're very expert in making, as you know, it's like a temple. You think it's a real temple, it's not really, it's just made of cloth and whatnot, and making all kinds of dioramas. So Rath Yatra is a special event for all the devotees in ISKCON all over the world. I just got a message this morning, one devotee, well, my godbrother actually, Mahavishnu Maharaj, who's well known, he's in the Congo right now. He preaches in the Congo, and they're having Rath Yatra today there. So it's like, yeah. So it's like Lord Jagannātha is like, naturally, because Jagannath means the Lord of the universe, so he has to go throughout the universe, all over the different continents, different countries, and induce people to take up to the chanting of the holy name. So before I forget it, or I may not have time, I think everyone knows that there's Rath Yatra. I mean, I will be attending my first Rath Yatra here in Mayapur today. Yeah, so I hope that many of you will take that opportunity. I got the schedule just like yesterday, the day before. It begins at 1 o'clock in ISKCON Rajapur, where Lord Jagannātha is situated. And I believe yesterday, of course, was Gundicha Marjana. And I know every year devotees go and take Ganges water and clean up, do a Maha cleanup, of course, and perform the very wonderful Leela of Gundicha Marjana. And so I think I had a quick glimpse. I think it's all ready. And so Lord Jagannātha is coming to Mayapur. Lord Jagannātha here resides. It's interesting because in Jagannath Puri, the Gundicha temple is like, I believe, a couple of kilometers away from the actual temple. So it's kind of a similar situation. Lord Jagannātha is there in Rajapur, and then, I don't know when this started, but when I was in Mayapur, Lord Jagannātha, of course, was there, but he wasn't coming here. We would go there. So the devotees in Mayapur are extremely fortunate, not only that, this Lord Jagannātha in Jagannath Puri, for those who may not know, going there and having his darshan is as good as going to Jagannath Puri. So Lord Jagannātha now is coming to Srila Mayapur, which is very wonderful. So because today is Lord Jagannāth's Rath Yatra festival, I chose this particular verse, which is on the board, which is, of course, there's so many verses one could be choosing, and there's so many amazing pastimes during Rath Yatra. During those 20 years, it is mentioned how for 20 consecutive years, the devotees from Mayapur, Navadvip and surrounding areas, they would travel to Jagannath Puri 1 month. No Puri Express at that time, they would go by walk. And they did this for 20 consecutive years. So you can just imagine how every year the ecstasy must have increased more and more. Yeah. So as we normally do when we speak about any of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, we will chant together the short invocation. Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Śrī Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu ki. So we're reading from Madhya Lila, chapter 13, entitled The Lord's Dancing at Rath Yatra, and text number 18, right? Yeah. Mahāprabhu sukha pāila se-sevā dekhite. Mahāprabhura kṛpā haila se-sevā ha-ite. We'll go directly to the translation and purport. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki. Upon seeing the king engaged in such menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Simply by rendering this service, the king received the mercy of the Lord. Kindly repeat after me. Upon seeing the king engaged in such menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Simply by rendering this service, the king received the mercy of the Lord. Purport. Unless one receives the mercy of the Lord, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead or engage in his devotional service. And there's one verse from the Bhagavatam, so we are connecting with the Bhagavatam, from the 10th canto, chapter 14, text 29. I'll just read it once. Athāpi te deva padāmbuja-dvaya prasāda-leśānugṛhīta evahi jānāti tattvaṁ bhagavan-mahimno na cānya ekopi ciraṁ vichinvan. And the purport continues. A devotee who has received even a small fraction of the mercy of the Lord can understand him. Others may engage in theoretical speculation to understand the Lord, but they cannot know anything about him. Although Mahārāja Pratāparudra was very eager to see Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, the Lord refused to see him. But when Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu saw the king engaged in menial service for Lord Jagannātha, he became very happy. Thus, the king became eligible to receive Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. If a devotee accepts Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu as the universal Guru and Lord Jagannātha as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, he is benefited by the combined mercy of Krishna and Guru. That is stated by Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu in his instructions to Rūpa Gosvāmī. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 19:151. Brahmanda Brahmite kono bhagyavan jiva Guru Krishna prasade pae bhakti lata bija. The seed of devotional service fructifies and becomes a transcendental creeper. Finally, it reaches the lotus feet of the Lord in the spiritual sky. This seed is obtained by the mercy of the Lord and the Guru. By the Lord's mercy, one gets the association of a bona fide Guru, and by the mercy of the Guru, one gets a chance to render devotional service. Devotional service, the science of Bhakti Yoga, carries one from this material world to the spiritual world. Translation again. Upon seeing the king engaged in such menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy simply by rendering this service. The king received the mercy of the Lord. So in the text itself, which is on the board, the word se-sevā is mentioned actually twice. So the word se-sevā means, of course, service, devotional service. The Lord of the universe, Lord Jagannātha, being the Lord of the universe, is therefore anxious to engage the whole universe in his seva, in his service. And of course, we can just think a little bit about even the daily activities that are going on in Jagannath Puri, because every day so much of cooking. They have, I'm sure some of you have read, a very elaborate kitchen to serve Lord Jagannātha. I don't know how many, I heard over 500, if not more, cooks are there. And there are many villages surrounding Jagannath Puri where different villagers have specific seva, specific services. So in other words, Lord Jagannātha on a daily basis is giving an opportunity to so many people to engage in his service. And of course, every year when Rath Yatra comes around, then that opportunity for seva expands even more. And of course, due to the mercy of one special individual whom we all know and who is dear to all of us, means His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, he has, by introducing Rath Yatra all over the world, given all of us actually so much of opportunities to engage, to give a chance to an ever-increasing number of people in various services. Actually, the whole mission of Lord Krishna, the whole mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the whole mission of Lord Jagannātha, and the whole mission of Srila Prabhupada is very much focused and centered. So here it mentions how this is only possible by the mercy of both Krishna and Guru. Or we generally say Guru and Krishna. Means if we want to attract, this is one of many examples that we find both in the Bhagavatam and also pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. If we want to attract the attention of Krishna, then the secret is to engage in seva, in devotional service. The more we engage in seva, then we will draw the attention of Krishna. Drawing the attention of Krishna means drawing his kṛpā, his mercy. And just like there's this verse, Kali Kali Yuga Dharma Harinama Sankirtan Krishna Shakti Vina Ta Pravartan. Without that mercy of Krishna, it is not possible to spread the mission of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada, especially through this Rath Yatra festival and through so many other activities, so many other festivals as well, is giving all of us, practically speaking, unlimited opportunities to engage in seva. Means the more we engage, the more we take advantage of the opportunity to engage in various services. And most of us up to now have been engaged, I think some of you will be able to catch this. Most of us within our ISKCON society for the last 50 years have mostly been engaged in 50% of Prabhupada's seva. So to put that in another way, Prabhupada had stated that 50% of my mission has yet to be fulfilled, isn't it? So this is a reason for us to reflect and also to know that there's a lot of service waiting for us, isn't it? There's a lot of service, and we can just imagine, Lord Chaitanya was in Jagannath Puri, as we know, after taking sannyas, for the major portion of his remaining pastimes, other than the 6 years where he traveled in India from the age of 24 to 30, he remained in Jagannath Puri without leaving Jagannath Puri for 18 years, isn't it? And Lord Chaitanya was simply remembering, of course, Vrindavan. That's why Vrindavan is known in the world of Vaishnavas as Bhava Vrindavan. It is that place where one is meant to be in the mood of remembering and feeling what the residents of Vrindavan were experiencing, both when Lord Krishna was present in Vrindavan and especially when he was absent or when he left Vrindavan. Now, of course, this is all very wonderful, and that was what the two most intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri were constantly facilitating, helping Lord Chaitanya to remember the various leelas and pastimes of Vrindavan, mainly Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Roy, as we know. They were constantly reciting different verses from the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, which are about the most confidential and intimate pastimes of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan, to encourage and actually incite, we could say, Lord Chaitanya, who would reciprocate by hearing these various verses. So this is, of course, the mood which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited in a very unique, unparalleled way. And this whole festival of Rath Yatra is very much directly connected with that mood and mentality of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At the same time, or part of that we could say, but which is maybe less obvious or less thought about, means Lord Chaitanya, while residing in Jagannath Puri, was, we could say, his body was in Jagannath Puri, his different activities were in Jagannath Puri, but his mind was in Vrindavan, isn't it? And it means that in a similar way, especially on the occasion of this particular festival of Rath Yatra, we also should be taking this opportunity to remember, well, what is the importance of Vrindavan? Because it is in Vrindavan that Krishna enacts, as we know, in perfection, in their most complete way, various pastimes, and gives an opportunity for so many devotees to actually engage in various different loving relationships with Him. Throughout the different rasas, the different relationships that all of us are meant to actually develop. What is also important to try and appreciate also, who has been to Vrindavan? Okay, less people have been to Jagannath Puri, but more have been to Vrindavan. Well, who's been to Jagannath Puri? Okay. So, looks like maybe even more have been to Jagannath Puri because it's closer. Of course, nowadays when we go to Vrindavan, Vrindavan has changed a lot, but Vrindavan during the time of Lord Krishna was a simple and humble village where all the cows were taken care of perfectly, very lovingly. And there were, at that time we hear from Krishna book, Nanda Maharaj had, 9 lakhs, right? 900,000 cows. I don't know where they all, yeah. Well, there were many forests, of course, many forests in Vrindavan. So, the point I'm trying to make actually is that the residents in Vrindavan at that time were also fully engaged in so many types of services, and therefore attracted, the personal care and attention of the Lord. And it was possible for them to engage in those different services because in so many ways the so-called material situation, the whole environment, the whole atmosphere, the whole lifestyle was conducive. So this is a point that we generally think less about, isn't it? It's just like Mahaprabhu's Leela in Vrindavan was possible because he had the support of so many people, especially we mentioned personalities like Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Roy, but also so many full-time devotees, one of them being Gadadhar Pandit, whose in this appearance we celebrated just 2 days back. So many devotees were there to assist Lord Chaitanya and his Leela. So the point I'm making is that actually in order for the activities to be proper, in order for us to properly, nicely execute our different activities in devotional service, in order for the se-sevā, which is the main point which is being stressed here, then the situation needs to be as ideal as possible. Which means that actually the whole situation in Vrindavan, upon which Lord Chaitanya would meditate upon while in Jagannath Puri, is part of se-sevā that has yet to be, I would say, taken up. It's part of this 50% of Prabhupada's mission or movement. If we want to give opportunity to both ourselves and to others, we need to create situations that will favor such type of se-sevā, such types of services. So in other words, it's wonderful, of course, to be living in the holy dham, to be living in a temple where one is closely, every day having darshan of the Lord. This needs to be expanded, this needs to be duplicated. This favorable atmosphere needs to be created. And the simple and recommended way to do that is by recreating the original Vrindavan in which Krishna and Balaram were living, which was enabling Krishna to have all of these extraordinary pastimes, which were attracting, of course, the mind of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So King Prataparudra, in this particular section of the Rath Yatra festival, although very exalted personality, I mean he's a king of Orissa, took upon him this very simple menial service of cleaning. That we repeat this, of course, every year before Rath Yatra. And because of engaging in this seva, he got the attention and the mercy of Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu. So this is a very strong and important message for all of us as well. Not only we should do this on Rath Yatra day, once a year, but we have opportunity to actually do it every single day. And keeping in mind also that there are so many different sevas, so many different activities, so many different services, so many different aspects of the mission of Lord Caitanya Mahāprabhu that Srila Prabhupada has introduced to the whole world, and therefore given us, or is giving us, continues to give all of us such opportunities to engage in various services so that we likewise can attract the attention and the mercy of Krishna, and also the mercy of our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. Our Acharyas explained that actually the perfection of a disciple, the perfection of a devotee, of a disciple, is to actually nicely understand and execute. If one actually understands, one will also execute the orders and the desires of the spiritual master. And of course the spiritual master is that personality who is simply carrying forth or presenting and explaining more in detail those desires of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We serve Krishna through his different representatives. So we can take this away today possibly as a short but very important and essential. Prabhupada explains how he equates, I'll just close on this point here, he equates Premananda, which is our goal, Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. So Prayojana means the final goal and destination is Premananda, and Prabhupada equates or translates Premananda sometimes as Sevananda. Means through seva we will be able to experience and taste this Premananda. Premananda cannot come without seva. So therefore there is unlimited seva. Let us all take advantage, beginning from today, by participating in the Rath Yatra festival. They didn't ask me to make a plug for them, but of course it's quite natural. I think we all know, so I'm hoping to see as many devotees there as possible later on today. It's 9 o'clock, we have to close now. Jai Śrī Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi ki, Jai Rath Yatra Festival ki, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Samasta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Gaura Pimanande. Hare Krishna. Where's our mridanga player?